Welcome back to Human Services Stories, Management, Customer, and Staff Voices. I'm Clinton Lewis, and this episode is called Building a Community of Your Own. If you work in human services, children protective services, foster care, family services, you know what it feels like to be surrounded by people but still feel alone. Your family may not understand your job, and some coworkers may be too busy, too burned out, or too jaded for you to connect with. You might feel like no one truly gets the weight that you're carrying every day. That's why today we're talking about building your own community of friends, a group of people who understand and support you, not because they have to, but because they choose to. Why professional isolation happens. In human services, isolation shows up in a quiet but powerful ways. You may be in a busy office but still feel unseen. There are a few reasons why. The work is heavy. You're dealing with trauma, loss, high stakes decisions, and it can feel hard to talk about it, even with coworkers. There are confidentiality rules. You can't share details of your cases, which makes it harder to explain what you're going through. And misunderstanding outside the field. Family and friends and community members may not understand CPS, family services, or what foster care really looks like. Over time, this can build into a quiet sense of loneliness. Even if you're constantly surrounded by people such as your loved ones, families, and friends, you may feel like you're carrying the weight of the world and no one truly gets it. However, your community is your safety net. Your community is not just a nice extra, it can be your safety net when work gets really hard. Think of your community as people who have been in the field before, who know what you're talking about and won't judge you for the emotional toll your work takes. With the right people around you, you can debrief after a hard day, laugh about the wild stories, and process grief without shame. You don't need a huge group. You just need a few people you can trust. People who understand the work and really understand you. Where to find a community, your community. Your community can come from several places. Your workplace. A trusted supervisor, a respectful manager, a few reliable colleagues can be a core part of your community. Even one or two people who truly listen can make a big difference. Professional groups and networks, human services associations, trainings, conferences, and online groups are places where you can meet others who get it, who know the language, the stress, and the mission. Faith based or value driven communities. A church, a support group, or value based organization can offer emotional and spiritual grounding. These spaces can help you reconnect to your why and remind you that the work that you do every day matters. Personal friends and close family. Your friends may not do the work, but still listen without judgment. And they can be a quite quiet but powerful support group. They don't have to understand every detail. They just have to care. And they do. The key is intentionality. You don't have to wait for a community to appear. You can choose to build it. One conversation, one connection at a time. And here's a coaching moment, which is your community map. Here's a simple coaching exercise to help you intentionally build your community. In a notebook or on your phone, create a quick community map. Answer these three questions. One, who are the people who really understand this work or your heart for it? You can think of colleagues, mentors, people in professional groups who truly get it. Number two, who are the people who may not fully understand but still support you. These might be family members, friends, neighbors who may not know the details but still care about you. And number three, who could you reach out to this week to deepen a connection or start a new one? Choose one person, maybe a coworker you don't know well, a professional contact, a friend, and plan one small intentional step. Send a message. You can ask to meet for coffee. Join a group that they're in. Attend a training or a work group together. As you build your community, remind yourself, I am not alone in this work. I have a community who understands and supports me. Say that as often as you need to. Let it soften the feeling of isolation and remind you that connection is possible. In closing, that is it for this episode of Human Services Stories, Management, Customer, Staff Voices, hosted by myself, Clinton Lewis. Remember, human services work does not mean you have to walk the path alone. You can and should build your own community of people who understand the profession, respect your boundaries, and celebrate your efforts. If you're feeling isolated, start small. Reach out to one person today. Take one step toward building your circle. It may feel small now, but over time it can become the kind of support you truly need. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next episode.